That was brutal. That was brutal. There's a couple things that I want to talk about after game two, but I want to start with the lack of response. That's both responding to goals, responding to just being outplayed last game, but most of all, responding to the physicality. Bruins lost Hampus Lindholm tonight. Hampus Lindholm, the guy who we picked up at the trade deadline as the key piece to try and take us to the Stanley Cup. Was it a clean hit? Was it a dirty hit? Not for me to decide. There was no penalty. Maybe his arm got up a little bit high. It wasn't the worst hit in the world, right? But he did catch him with his head down or blindsided, however you want to call it. You got to respond more than the Bruins did. What the Bruins did was the equivalent of a guy in basketball going to the basket for an easy hoop, and you give him a slap on the wrist. You take the foul, you let him score the basket. You got to stop him from scoring the basket. You got to do something. They ended up shorthanded anyway, so that's not the problem. They ended up shorthanded anyway. Make it count. And then the same guy that took out Hampus Lindholm almost takes out Charlie McAvoy. Was it intentional? Was it not intentional? Again, the only person that knows that is Evgeny Svechnikov. Personally, I think it was closer to intentional than not. I think the more replays I see, the more it looks like he sees McAvoy and just decides he's in for the collision. Regardless, do something. Drop the gloves. Make the other guy drop the gloves. Remember when we had Lucic and Ferentz and Sean Thornton, and I get the league is different now. I get it's not the same league. This is not the same Bruins, but it's still hockey. It's still hockey. It's been hockey for 100 years. You stick up for your guys. And then the Bruins just lost the plot for the rest of the second period, and they looked woeful in the third. It's not a good start to the series. It's not looking hopeful. Is Jeremy Swayman going to play next game? Maybe. It's not Linus Ullmark's fault, though, these last two games. The Bruins haven't generated anything. Nothing. They've had maybe a handful of threatening scoring chances in 2 games. I think they're being outscored 26-4 through 5 games against the Hurricanes this season. You're not going to win a playoff series like that. And now it's about the response. You got, to quote Jack Edwards, or to paraphrase Jack Edwards, you got beat twice. And you got beat up. You really did. You got beat up. What are you going to do now? We'll see on Friday. We'll see what the Bruins are going to do now.